Ethics in public service is an essential aspect of governance as it ensures that public officials uphold the highest standard of integrity, accountability, and professionalism. However, ethical decision making is often influenced by a range of factors, including gender biases. In this video, we will explore the gender dimension of ethics in public service and examine how gender biases can impact ethical decision making. The role of gender in ethics in public service is an important issue to consider. Women are often underrepresented in public service positions, particularly in leadership positions. This can lead to a lack of diversity in perspectives and experiences, which can impact ethical decision making. Women may also face discrimination and biases in the workplace, which can affect their ability to uphold ethical standards. Research has shown that gender biases can impact ethical decision making in various ways. For example, studies have found that women are often held to higher ethical standards than men and are more likely to be penalized for ethical violation. This can create a double standard where women are expected to be the more ethical than men despite facing more obstacles to doing so. Gender biases can also impact the way that ethical dilemmas are perceived and resolved. For example, research has found that men are more likely to engage in unethical behavior when they perceive it as necessary to achieve a goal, while women are more likely to prioritize ethical considerations over achieving their objectives. This can lead to different approaches to ethical decision making, which can impact the outcomes. In addition, gender biases can impact the way that ethical issues are framed and discussed in the workplace. For example, research has found that men are more likely to be seen as competent and authoritative, while women are more likely to be seen as emotional and irrational. This can affect the way that ethical issues are perceived and addressed, as women may not be taken as seriously or may be dismissed as overly emotional. To address the gender dimension of ethics in public service, it is important to recognize the impact of gender biases on ethical decision making. This requires a commitment to diversity and inclusion and a willingness to address discrimination and biases in the workplace. It also requires training and education on gender and ethics, including how to recognize and address gender biases in ethical decision making. In addition, it is important to promote ethical leadership that is inclusive and values driven. This involves creating a culture of ethical leadership that is committed to upholding the highest standards of integrity, accountability, and professionalism, and that recognizes the importance of diversity in perspective and experiences. Finally, it is important to encourage and support women in public service positions, particularly in leadership positions. This requires creating opportunities for women to develop their skills and expertise and to advance in their careers. It also involves addressing barriers to women's advancement, including discrimination and biases. In conclusion, the gender dimension of ethics in public service are an important issue to consider, as gender biases can impact ethical decision making in various ways. To address this, it is important to recognize the impact of gender biases on ethical decision making, promote ethical leadership that is inclusive and values driven, and encourage and support women in public service positions. By doing so, we can ensure that public officials uphold the highest standards of the integrity, accountability, and professionalism, and that are committed to create a more ethical and equitable society. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe Geetanandan Academy to learn more, to grow more.